Hey everybody, Trent Noun here, Vigneos Studios, with our 5th entry of the 2024 McMurry University Direct Fest. This entry is Under the Floorboards by Dana Hall, directed by Abby Brown, and it is a three-person show, three women show, three narrators, Lauren Scott, Bethany Guzman, and Evelyn Van Houten. I'm gonna throw this right out the board. This was a tone shift. What I'm about to talk about, and also about this show, is graphical stuff. It's based on Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Tales. I think that's what it is. Along those lines. If you know it, you know it. And this one is in the perspective of the woman. I'm not familiar with the story very well, or at all. But from the general consensus is that the guilty conscience of a woman who killed her husband or something like that is tormented by the sound of the heartbeat all around, and it's driving her insane. Yeah, when I said this was a tone shift, this was a tone shift. The last four ones that I talked about were comedies. This one was straight dramatic piece throughout the board. Throughout. And you see that there is no set whatsoever. The only thing that there is are the three characters and the lights with some sound, but that's just basic stuff. The lights, this show had the best lights because it was very expressive. This was all just expressionism. They only used one color, and it worked. And that was sheer, bold red. And that worked with how dark it was. This was a very dark show. For 10 minutes of just these three just narrating about the perspective of the woman killing the husband, I think that's the general idea for Edgar Allan Poe's whole thing. But why am I yawning? Sorry about that. This was such a tone shift that I looked away for like a hot second in Shudders. My heart dropped for a couple seconds because of how dark this got. And this was crazy. This was a crazy little show, mainly because it's just the three-sided perspective of this character. Two of the narrators ended up being like police, at least the version of the conversation with police. How she's being tormented by the heartbeat around her, and it's driving her nuts. This was, acting-wise, this was fantastic. Even though it was just mainly monologues after monologues after monologues, more or less, for 10 minutes, this was solid. This was by far one of the better ones. I'll set the record straight. All of them were good. Okay, I'm not gonna. If I put the bargain, the last video, at number 1, this would be a very close second. Very close second. The artistic appeal with the lights, the direction that this took, blew me away. I was legitimately shook at how dark this got, just by talking about it. We don't even see anything, but just how vivid the characters are talking about this, and just how the process of it all. It like really threw me away. Like, it really blew me away about how vivid this got. That's not a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing. It really worked with setting that tone shift. This was the only one that was purely dramatic. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. There was another. The next one is dramatic as well, but this one was so fucking serious. Pardon my language, but this was serious. We went from 4 comedies to this. That is a tone shift. I was thrown off by it. Like, there's no way. I was not prepared for it. For 10 minutes. For honestly, for like a solid minute, I feel, I had my head down. Because of how vivid it got for me. It didn't make me uncomfortable. Like, that's a good thing, honestly. That's a positive, that it made me feel unsettled by how vivid this got. How dark this was. This was great. This was fantastic. But I can see where people might have some concerns given how sensitive the subject matter is. And to that I say, you don't understand the art. Obviously, if you're uncomfortable by it, you have all the right to do that. But if you are warned, and they warn you, they say this deals with graphical stuff that may be intense for some audiences. If you are warned and then you complain about it after you are warned, that's your own fault. In my opinion, that's your own fault. Like, you went in knowing this is going to happen, and then you still complain about it. Because I know there are people that will complain about it, about how uncomfortable they felt. Dude, you were given a disclaimer, you were warned, that's on you. That's not the product, that's not the show's fault, that's not the director's fault. You were warned, that's on you. I was happy I was actually uncomfortable for that, because it really settled with the aesthetic and the thematics of it. This theme of guilt and just what it is to, like, do that, to go through that. It was really well done. Because it's only 10 minutes, I've been gushing all over it so far. There's one criticism, not enough. This is one of the shows that I wish we got a full length for. Because I want to see this go down. I want to see this in its entirety. But I won't be able to. That's just my thing. That's my criticism, is that we didn't get enough of it. I want to see more of this story. Especially with these actors, these actresses doing this. Because they killed it. I was unsettled the whole time. And I loved it. If I were to rate this one, this is like I said, The Bargain is at my number 1. This is a close second. So this is a solid 9 out of 10. It's not perfect. None of these are perfect. But if it wasn't for The Bargain, I'd rewatch The Bargain a whole lot. But the artistic appeal for this one might be one of my but Under the Floorboards might be one of my personal favorite 10-minute shows ever. Artistic appeal, acting, how they use the lights, this one might be my personal favorite. The Bargain is up top because I liked the dialogue, I liked how funny it was, and I liked how real it was, and it was a sweet ending. This one made my heart drop by how unsettling it was, and I was not prepared for it, and I loved it. Like I said, if you complain about it, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you. Because you were warned, that's on you. So I don't have anything else to say about other than that. If you like what I'm doing, please leave a like, comment. If you've seen a version of the show, if you've seen Edgar Allan Poe's work about this, I think it's Tell Tall Tale, something like that. I don't know the exact, I'll have to look it up later. But if you've seen it, and if this stacked up to that as a great way to do a different perspective, let me know. And to the people, if you're part of the department that I saw this, let me know what you think of my thoughts, and we could all start a conversation. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you don't, We're here to have fun. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.